Okay, so my name's Akala. I'm from the Hip Hop Shakespeare Company. And before we get into the philosophy of our work, what that means, what the intention is behind it, I'm going to challenge you guys to a little bit of a pop quiz. And we've done this pop quiz quite a few times. We'll talk about it after we do it. I'm going to simply tell you some quotes. One-line quotes taken either from some of my favorite hip-hop songs or some of my favorite Shakespearean plays or sonnets. And you're going to tell me, by show of hands, whether you think it's hip-hop or Shakespeare. Does that make sense? Okay. So the first one we'll go for is, to destroy the beauty from which one came. To destroy the beauty from which one came. If you think that's hip-hop, raise your hands, please. If you think that's Shakespeare, raise your hands, please. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, about 70% towards Shakespeare. It's from a gentleman known as Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z, from a track called Can I Live? We'll go for another one. Maybe it's hatred I spew, maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's hatred I spew, maybe it's food for the spirit. Hip-hop? Shakespeare. Okay, another one money towards the Shakespeare. Interesting. Anyone heard of a gentleman known as Eminem? He is not Shakespeare. That's from a track Eminem did with Jay-Z, actually, called Renegade. We'll go for a couple more. Men would rather use their broken weapons than their bare hands. Men would rather use their broken weapons than their bare hands. Hip-hop? Shakespeare. Pretty even spread with a Shakespearean lean. That one is from Shakespeare. It's from a play known as Othello. So, as you can see, it wasn't as clear-cut as many of us may have thought. The language used, the subject spoken about, various things make it very, very difficult once the context is taken away, once our perception is taken away. And we have to look at just the raw language of the two art forms. And don't worry, we've done that exercise over 400 times. And as yet, no one has got them all right. Not even some of the most senior professors at some of the most respected Shakespearean institutions in the country. I shan't name names. But needless to say, it's challenged a lot of people's perceptions. And we extend from there. We look at some of the other parallels between hip-hop and Shakespeare, some of the other things that they share. One of the main things that is shared between the two is, of course, rhythm. The iambic pentameter, de-dum, 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 de-dum. 5 sets, 2 beats is actually a wonderful rhythm to use in hip-hop music and translates in a way that even artists writing today find difficult. What do I mean by that? So it's very difficult to take, even as an MC who's a professional MC, a lyric you've written over a grime beat. Grime is 140 BPM, very, very fast tempo. And then take that same lyric and put it on what we consider to be a traditional hip-hop beat, 70, 80 BPMs. It's a very, very difficult skill, even writing now with the music to hand. Yet the iambic pentameter allows us to do just that. But I'll show you what I mean rather than tell you. So listen up. Cue music, please. What you're about to hear, some of you may know of it, some of you may not. It's Shakespeare's most famous poem, Sonnet 18. I haven't doctored it to make it fit to the rhythm, but just listen close. Okay, yo. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dim. And every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of the fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in a shade. When in eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. As men can breathe and eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.